Hello, my beautiful rainbow people, and welcome back to the Controversy of Zion. This is my Pot Smokers Bible program, where I try to piss you off, shock the hell out of you, scare the hell out of you, or make you laugh and giggle with delight at the crazy things I say. Hi, my name is Zion. My title is the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the chairholder of the Council of Gray for the planet Earth. According to the book of Isaiah, judgment is given to me. The law comes forth from Zion. Judgment is given to Zion. So I'm the judge. And today, I'm going to judge something. I'm going to judge the Second Amendment. And I'm going to address all of you gun-toting, mass-shooting people out there. The Second Amendment was very necessary during the days of the American Revolution and shortly thereafter. And it is, the concept of if I have a gun, nobody can take my rights away from me because I can kill them if they try. Yeah, that mentality works in a society like this one. But where I'm going, that doesn't work. Because you see, where I'm going, we're too intelligent to be dumb enough to use brute force or anything. Because if you are using a gun for anything but hunting or target practice, which was what it was intended for in the first place, the hunting part, not the target practice. But guns were used as a tool to preserve, protect life. If you use it for any other reason, other than as an entertainment for marksmanship, then you have judged yourself karmically stupid. Because only a person who is not intelligent enough to win an argument with logic and morality and facts, they have no choice but to resort to brute violence. If you're forced to use violence to get your way, especially with guns, then you are admitting to yourself, to your creator, and to the whole world that you're too stupid, amoral, and lazy to win an argument. You believe that brute force is something other than what it is. The lowest form of response. Anybody with intelligence knows that you can't win an argument by force. You can only win an argument with facts and morality. Real things. Guns, force, is just that, force. If you have to force your view upon somebody else, it's because you don't have the intelligence to win the argument. You can't convince them of the truth. And usually that means you don't have any truth. Truth is not subjective. You can't opinionate a fact. Oh, you can have all kinds of opinions on a fact, but your opinion is not a fact. If you cannot verify it in the real world, it's not real. And if you can't win an argument with logic, facts, and morality, then you've lost the argument. And force is just you being a bad person. So if you have to use a gun for anything but target practice or hunting, then you're an idiot. Because an intelligent person doesn't need a gun. An intelligent person doesn't need a knife, doesn't need a fist. They don't need it because they're intelligent enough to use facts and morality to prove their point. And it's the proving of the point that wins the argument, not the brute force of a gun. You can't force your opinion on reality with a gun. All you can do is prove how stupid you are. So, I got an IQ test for it for all you Americans out there. How many guns do you have in your house? Because the amount of guns you have in your house is an indicator of how stupid you are. Because the more stupid you are, the more guns you have, the more ways you can prove your point with force and not fact. So, the Second Amendment is a joke. It's just an idiot's gambit. If you have to use force, you've lost the argument. If you have to resort to physical violence to prove your point, you don't have a point. Because if you could have proved it logically, there would be no need for the gun. And that goes for courage, too. A man who uses a gun is a coward. He hides behind the gun. He's not willing to face his enemy in a fair fight. He's a coward. He has to resort to long distance cowardice. He doesn't come barehanded to his enemy. He doesn't speak to him face to face to try to win the argument, because he can't win the argument because he doesn't have the truth. So he resorts to violence. Any form of violence is an admission of stupidity. Because anybody with intelligence knows that you cannot win an argument with force. You can only force your opinion on others with violence. That's all you can do. You are still living a lie. Because if you had won the argument, you wouldn't be using violence. You're forcing your will upon another because you don't have the logical right answer. So instead of saying, oh, what I'm doing is wrong, I need to grow up and figure out what truth and morality is, you get out your gun and kill what you hate. Why do you hate it? Because it shows you your imperfections. And it shows you how shallow you are, how cowardly you are. If you're too cowardly to go to a voting booth and legitimately accept the outcome, you have to resort to violence. That's what the coup is all about. Because the old, rich, white guys and their kids that are coming into power are too stupid to maintain power in any form but force. They lost the election, but they were too cowardly to face a future where their whiteness is not supreme and they don't make all the rules. They were too cowardly to face an equal, united America that wasn't all white. So they resorted to violence because that's all they have. They're not intelligent. They're not moral. They're not factual. They're just egos with guns that are too cowardly to face their enemy in a fair fight. So they have to resort to violence and hide from their enemy while they do them harm. If you have to hide from your enemy, you're a coward. Put the gun down, step out into the open, and face your enemy. Use your brain to win your arguments. Use your heart. to win your arguments. If you cannot win your argument with truth or morality, you have lost the argument because you have no truth or morality. What does that say? That says that you're a bad person. You're stupid. You're amoral. You don't have right on your side. And you damn sure don't have God on your side. Because God never condones violence. The only instances in the history of this world where God has ever instituted a violent act was when they came upon people too stupid to ever morally or intellectually change. So they had to be killed so that their stupidity would not disrupt the intelligence of the rest of us. They were too amoral and they were too stupid to live because they would damage the gene pool. They would make future generations worse, not better. And that's what you people are. If you have to resort to violence to win your fight, you're proving to God that you do not have the morality or the intelligence to mature, to grow, to advance. So, if you want God to see you as an intelligent person, put down your damn guns. Because all that shows God is that you deserve to die by a violent means. So how stupid are you? How many guns do you own? How moral are you? How many times do you win the fight with words? Because if you can't win a fight with words, you lost the fight. And if you think that violence is an answer to anything, you're an idiot. And I'm talking to all you men out there who think that because you're stronger than women are, that you can force your will upon us. No. You cannot force anything upon us but your brutality. If you have to resort to violence in any way, shape, or form, then you're not intelligent enough to win an argument logically. If you can't win, don't fight. You can't win an argument of words with a gun because the truth of the words remains. If you have to resort to violence in any way, shape, or form, you're an idiot and you're a coward. That goes for guns, knives, and fists. Only a brute Neanderthal would have to resort to violence. And forgive me, Neanderthal, for saying that, because I know that you are very peaceful. But I'm not talking about the current Neanderthal, I'm talking about the ancient ones. The ones that were donated to the grave by the Neanderthal civilization. The stupid brute force dumbasses that we came from. So, you can claim your brute, amoral, Neanderthal heritage and keep your gun. Be a Neanderthal. Be a low-life scumbag who is not intelligent or moral enough to win a fight. Because when I see somebody use a gun, I see somebody who has no alternative but to try to force their will upon another because they don't have any morality or truth in them. And you've been judged guilty. So put away your guns, grow up, learn how to win an argument with facts and logic, not with violence. Guns are for cowards. May the Great watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from harm, teach you right from wrong, and May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. I'm the Zion of the Most High God of Israel. The prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah. I am the judge. And if you use a gun, you're guilty. I never say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.